On Saturday, November 2nd, starting at noon, Kevin Williams is helping sick kids by playing video games. He needs your help to raise $1,000 for the CHIO Foundation. Donate at extra-life.org/participants/347-875. The following podcast may contain immature content created by Danny Parkhill and Michael Walsh. Listener discretion is strongly advised.
And then all of a sudden this music hits. Bull Nakano ends up at the comes out at the entranceway, walks down, grabs the girl, takes out a pair of nunchucks, and beats the out of her with nunchucks. And then grabs the title, gets in the ring, gives it to the rightful champion, and holds her arm up. And I'm just
That's cool.
Well, that just made that chick's career.
Oh my God, Michael, I know it's only like 3:20 in the afternoon on a Tuesday, but bear me.
Hold on. No, I'm cracking.
You're cracking
my
beer. Okay, right on. Yeah, there you go.
I have cracked my beer.
I've already cracked one. I'm drinking an old Kitchissippi. It was more like a hypothetical thing, but there it is.
What are you drinking?
Kitchissippi Woo Shack Red. Woo Shack.
Well, we're both drinking red beer.
Okay.
That's good. But I'm drinking a nice Fenland Falls Brewing Company red ale.
Right on.
Brewed right out of Fenland Falls, where my cottage is.
Oh, there you go.
And I happen to be at my cottage at the moment.
Beautiful.
So, it's a decent little beer, and it's a nice day here at the cottage.
Yeah, all kind of worked out because I'm like mine is just down the street from me in good old Bell's Corners. So brewery's about 10 minutes from my house, so it's all good.
Now say the word again. Kitchissippi?
Kitchissippi, yes.
Kitchissippi. Oh, yeah. All right then.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Very local. Anyway, the reason I need a beer cracked for him is just because I just took my boy to a matinee there. Went and saw the new Lion King movie, and hooked him up with all the fixings, got him like one of those little, kid snack packs or whatever, where you get the popcorn and the drink, and you get like the little thing of Sour Patch Kids or whatever the hell you want, that kind of nonsense, right? So whatever, we're sitting there and watching the movie, having a good time, and the kid, he's seen the original Lion King, so he's like all hyped because this is like live action, the lions are right there.
Right.
And there was, at one point, Simba popped out as if from out of... No, sorry, no, it was Nala popped out as if from out of nowhere when my son was mid-sip of his drink. And he choked on his straw and immediately vomited everywhere. So on me, on the seat, all over himself, obviously. Little chunks of Sour Patch Kids and popcorn. It's all pink colored.
So what? The straw just like went down his throat and he hit his gag reflex? Is that what happened?
That's the best guess I have. I didn't actually see him like puke. He just turned to me with tears in his eyes and said, "Daddy, I barfed." And I took him to the bathroom, and the poor kid's crying, not because he's sick, just because he's more embarrassed than anything.
Yeah, of course.
But whatever. He's in the bath right now, but there it is. It's the circle of life. And it moves us all. Oh, God. I just can't wait to be barfed on.
F***ing kids.
Yeah, really ain't. Jesus. How's your kid doing, sir?
Oh, my kid's a little he f***ing... You know what he f***ing does?
What's that?
A little bastard will wait until, like, I'll change his diaper when it's all p***y and shit, right?
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh, cool, okay, no poo in this diaper. Change him up.
Brand new, shit immediately.
Brand new diaper on him. Dude, I barely have the thing fastened before he's f***ing staring at me right in the eyes, just grunting.
Isn't that the most... like, that's the weirdest thing of all time, too, right? Like, when you're a kid, boy or girl or whatever, and other parents can sympathize with us here, they look you dead in the eyes, and they hold their breath, and for a fact they're taking a dump at that moment, and there's nothing you could do about it.
And they want the eye contact.
Yeah. It's nonsense. But yeah, I don't know.
Kids are up, man.
Yeah, one of mine is and barfing all over the place and herself, and the other's puking on me in a movie theater. What I feel worse about, like, it was in the middle of the movie. So, like, what am I going to do? Like, I can't just, like... It was a relatively empty theater, so it's not like, oh, my God, you know, he's going to puke to the guy next to us, because there was nobody next to us. It was more like, okay, there's puke all over this seat. It was like one of the recliner... It was one of the recliner ones. So, like, he was tilted back, right? So the puke went, like, downhill towards the back of the seat. Like, and it's like, okay, well, I can either interrupt the movie-going experience for everybody and bring, like, an usher in so they can clean up the seat, or I could say, F*** it, go up a row, and there it is. And that's what I ended up doing. Yes, I'm an Yes, someone right now is cleaning up my child's vomit, and I'm a for it. But... You know, I'm sorry. What can I say, man? What can I say? Michael, it's been too long, my friend. We haven't.
It's been a while. I mean, the show keeps going on, but we're not always together, bud.
Yeah, really. It's life is busy. I've had it with this being an adult thing.
Yeah,
I think I think we should just win the lottery. Excuse me, and that'll fund our exploits. Well, I mean, we could either win the lottery. Or have our friends who are listening to the free version of this podcast head over to patreon.ca/WrestleMedia.ca and throw a few f***its in the old bucket there.
Well, that's actually patreon.com.
Oh, my life.
/WrestleMedia.ca.
Yeah, well.
But good try.
Close enough.
Yeah. Give us some f***its. Speaking of our patrons, I got to meet a couple of them during my big weekend. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to both our big weekends over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
But I had a big weekend right here, in my backyard of Toronto, all over the place. Went to several shows that week, and I met a few of our patrons. One of which a dude named Rob seemed to be everywhere we were going, man, and introduced himself to me at the Summit show, and pretty much chilled out at our station the whole day, and cool guy. So if you're listening, Rob, it was really nice meeting you, man. And a couple of our other patrons were at the Never Say Never show. They were our big winners of that show, and it was a really cool thing to be able to meet some of the people who throw some of their hard-earned dollars our way. So thank you, guys.
Word. Thank you to all our patrons and patrons to be. And actually, realistically, anybody listening to this, we know we like to call you guys freeloaders and give you a hard time, but we appreciate you guys listening, man. We we have fun doing this thing, so it's you guys that keep us going on that. So cheers to you. Here's a Kitchissippi in your direction, friends.
Ha. So and here's a sippy kissy in your. Wait, that sounds dirty.
Sippy kissy.
I was trying to do the backwards version of Kitchissippi, and just didn't work out.
I'm going to call it Sippy Kissy from now on. That's the greatest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Nice little Sippy Kissy. But then, if you haven't figured out yet, bud, I'm not you. I am not Danny Parkhill.
Let's see. I didn't think about one this week. Let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and the moon up above. I'm not Michael Walsh.
But this is the lasting mark. We got a big show ahead of us today, Dano, because holy it's been a busy couple of weeks, bud.
Word. You on that one.
And I don't mean like normal busy either. Like, you can take away our jobs and our kids and our wives and all that shit, and we were still busy as wrestling alone kept us busy for the last few weeks, dude.
Yeah, and there's only going to be more of it on television, so
yeah.
We'll talk about that later too. But
so we are going to get into some news and shit. We're going to get into our personal endeavors in the world of wrestling over the last few weeks.
Yes, sir. You want to go first? You tell your story first.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you weren't able to join in the SummerSlam festivities.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But man, it was a hell of a time. So it all started off with Adam and I representing WrestleMedia at the Never Say Never show. Mm-hmm. Really cool, fun show. Wasn't a huge turnout. I think they were hoping for a bit more, but they are returning to that venue in December.
Right on.
So with the reputation of the fun show that they had, maybe the turnout's going to be a bit bigger next time. But no matter the turnout, they still had every match on the card was great. Everybody worked really hard. It was really cool to meet a lot of the dudes. Now I'm going to go through the list in a bit, but I got to meet several stars and indie wrestlers that week. But I got to meet 3 of my top 5 favorite indie stars ever right now, right?
So Space Monkey.
And I started off on the Thursday with, of course, Space Monkey.
There you go.
Yeah, of course, got to... but I'm going to tell you how awesome Space Monkey was. Dude fabed me the whole time. No shit, man. After his match and shit, he walked around in like regular street clothes, but he kept his mask on.
That's funny.
And he went and he sold his t-shirts and shit like that. And I went up and I shook his hand and I started talking to him and shit. I bought one of his shirts. But the motherfucker, and he talked to me, but he kept the monkey voice.
That's great.
No shit. He kept the monkey voice.
And people will say kayfabe's dead. Come on.
Exactly. And I thought it was the greatest thing because you don't see shit like that anymore, you know? So, and I went back at him later saying, dude, this guy doesn't break fabe. It's amazing. It wasn't until the very, very, very end of the night, we were like one of the last 5-6 people in the building. Like, most of the workers had left. Me and Adam stuck around to kind of help clean up a bit, and we got an interview with Lenny Lilac, and we wanted to stick around so we could say goodbye to the promoter, Anthony, and thank him for letting us be there and all that shit. So we were there pretty late, and all of a sudden, I get a tap on my back, and there's this dude. I was about to describe him. I'm not going to do that to him. There's this guy. And he goes, hey, man, it's really nice meeting you. I'll see you next time. And then he walks off, and I'm like, who the f*** is that guy?
That's Space Monkey.
and then I recognized the shirt he was wearing. And I'm like, holy f***, that's Monkey. so he faved me right until, like, literally until he went to get into his car.
That's
great. So I thought that was awesome. Yeah. A guy who didn't fave so much, but it doesn't matter because I think as a person he wouldn't be able to because he's not his character at all, was Holden Albright.
Really?
My God, man. Like, because he's supposed to be this savage monster, his character, okay? He's not a monster at all. This dude is the biggest sweetheart I've ever met.
He's a nice guy. I've worked with him a couple times. He's a good guy.
Holy shit. And what a guy. He came up to me multiple times through the night and, like, gave me genuine handshakes and told me how cool it was that we were there and, you know, searched us out to say goodbye at the end of the night. And what a guy. Like, I hope I'm not ruining his reputation by calling him a sweetheart here, but I can't say enough good things about the guy himself. He was such a nice guy. Who else? I met Josh Alexander for the first time that night.
Yeah.
You know, because of the people that
Don't do it.
We're gonna get into that. You, by the way. No, I was not impressed with your censor job last night.
I get bent.
However, because of some of the people that he runs with that I do not like, and because of like I've heard from other people he has a bit of a reputation, and of course he does play a heel, so that doesn't help.
Right.
But so I guess I was expecting not to like the guy, to be perfectly honest. But I couldn't have been further from the truth. He was such a nice guy to me.
Right on.
It was very cool. Shot the shit a bit. He was selling his merch right beside, like, our table. It was literally us, Addie Starr, and Josh Alexander all at the same little area.
Right on.
So yeah, and Addie's a guy.
She's a sweetheart too.
Oh my God, Addie was beautiful. We got lucky because we got to work 2 shows with Addie. One being Never Say Never, and the other being The Summit.
Yeah.
And that was a pleasure for us because she was very cool.
Addie's fantastic.
Everybody else who worked at Never Say Never, I can't list them all, but they were all very cool guys. They were all cool, very cool to us. RJ City, what a cool cat he was. I can't even list them all. This little ring crew helper out guy got to work a dark match.
Oh yeah,
and he and he wrestled under the name Safe Travis.
Safe Travis?
Yeah. And Travis, if you're listening, dude, you were great that whole thing, and I see potential for you. So keep doing what you're doing, bud, because you're going to work yourself up one day for sure.
Right
Hey, this is a commercial for patreon.com/WrestleMedia.ca, where you can get early access to episodes of your favorite WrestleMedia shows, get full uncut and uncensored versions of your favorite shows, and more. Don't want to hear this commercial on your podcast anymore? Sign up at our main event tier and get these episodes ad-free. Want to hear your own commercial here instead of ours? We've got tiers for that too. Visit patreon.com/WrestleMedia.ca and join the WrestleMedia revolution today.
So that was a cool show, and then, of course, the very next morning, so, was it that night? Yes, never mind. So before we even got to leave, I gotta tell you, our Lord and Savior, Adam Cota, how much of a sweetheart that guy is. Okay?
Putting that extremely lightly, sir.
I'm gonna tell you how much of a kind soul Adam Cota is. Because by the time we get out of that show and we get back to the car and we're ready to go, all this shit, I just want to go home. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Or no. Sorry. I'm jumping the gun here. This happened after the ROH show, not this show.
Okay.
So the next day, it was Friday, it was ROH.
Right.
Did you happen to watch the ROH Supercard on TV?
I have not yet. It's one of those things where I have it
really too
pinned,
bad.
but I haven't yet, which I know
I've
been meaning to, but
honest with you,
same
man.
deal with you. Life has been in the way.
Of course. It's too bad. I was hoping we could talk about it because it really was the highlight of my weekend.
No, that's cool.
People have been on it because it's poor attendance record. I don't give a The crowd that was there was hot as hell. They were amazing. Every match was stellar. There were surprises. There was high spots. There was you name it. It was amazing. It was there and it was amazing.
And you got to meet your boy Marty Skrull.
I got to meet Marty Skrull, so that's number 2 of my list of my 3 big meets.
There you go.
I said big meat. So I got to meet Marty Skrull right before the show went on, and of course later on in the night we found out that Marty was actually going to work that show, and he came out and he worked PJ Black.
Yeah.
So
which sounds like a really good match.
Oh, it really was. I'd say it was, for me personally, it was the second best match on the card.
Oh, right on.
The best match on the card was a tag team match, actually, which was Lifeblood versus Jonathan Gresham and Jay Lethal.
Jay Lethal, yeah.
Yeah, that match stole the show. Stole the show.
So yeah, we go out of my way to see that one, is what you're saying?
If you're going to go out of your way to watch that pay-per-view at all, like just matches, those 2 matches, the PJ Black match versus Skrull, the tag match, and then the main event, which was the GOD versus Dem Boys.
Right.
In a ladder war. Watch that. It's nothing you haven't seen before, but it's fun as
Well, yeah, I mean, that's, it's hard to do anything new with the whole ladder war thing, but that's not a bad thing. That's not a criticism.
No, but it was fun. It was cool to see those guys live. I've never got to see the Briscoes live before, and they were fun live, as were the Guerrillas of Destiny. Everybody else, there was a fantastic multi-man lucha. It was a 6-man luchas match, and Mystico was there.
Oh, right on.
Or as he goes by now, Coristico, whatever the. But that was a great match. Everything on the card was awesome. Can't talk about that show though without talking about the funny little thing that happened during the world title match.
What's that?
Well, if you read the rumors or if you watched the show, you'd know that some passed out drunk in the front row.
Yes, no, I wanted to talk about this because I remember thinking, like, did they? By they, I mean you and Adam. Like, were you guys like there for that? How close were you to this?
Okay, so we could see the guy where we were. So he was front row on the side of like hard cam side, where Adam and I were fifth row beside the entranceway.
Okay, so you were like up.
So we were a little up more, and we were 5 rows from the ring. So if you can imagine what we can see from where we're sitting, we can see the entire side of the ring. So I can see everybody who's sitting in front row on hardcam side.
Right.
So I see this guy, and this motherfucker, I had seen him earlier that night, and I made a comment to him because of the way he was dressed. Because he looked like he was trying to dress like 1995 Bubba Ray Dudley. He was a big black guy, and he was dressed in overalls and a tie-dye t-shirt with a backwards hat.
Right on. So yeah, he's doing the Devon Dudley look.
Yeah, so motherfucker passes out in the front row. And apparently, so I didn't see this part. I was paying attention to to something that was going on in the ring at the time. But Adam pointed it out to me. He's like, "Holy f***, what just happened? Alex Shelley went and stole the guy's shoe."
You see, this part I did see because I saw it posted on the old interwebs there, and I did take a look at that. That's funny.
Oh man, that shit doesn't happen every day. You know what I mean?
Oh, God. Well, was he that? So what was the deal? Was he hammered, or was he like? Was there something? Because
No,
I can't see anybody. Now I say this. My wife once fell asleep during a rock concert, but I can't see anybody like falling asleep front row of a pro wrestling show.
No, he was hammered. Everybody around him said he was hammered, and I do believe it because I'm going to be honest with you, man. He wasn't the only one. Yeah. I was half the bag that night.
If you were half in the bag,
beer wasn't overly expensive, and it was flowing very easily.
Nice.
And like I said, the attendance wasn't that great, so the lines at the beer weren't long.
Right on.
I was coming back with 3 at a time because I didn't want to keep getting up. So
that's my boy.
This guy was probably come back with like 6 at a time. You know what I mean? So so that was interesting. Yeah, that made for a funny night.
Right on. So what happened? Yeah, what happened after the show?
And then after the show, this is where sweetheart Adam comes into play. So we go back to the parking garage where we parked, and we're getting ready to get in the car, and we hear this weird noise. I thought it was like a chipmunk or something. There was a little tiny baby kitten underneath our car.
Aww.
It had been abandoned.
No.
And I didn't know what the to do, man. Like we couldn't catch it. We tried. Both of us tried to catch this little bastard, and she just wouldn't let us catch it. So, but Adam, you know Adam and cats.
Of course, like that's the only thing that rivals his love for pro wrestling is his love for cats.
Exactly. There's no way that we're going to leave this cat like without doing something to help this cat.
Yeah.
So, like, we're not going to take the cat because there's nowhere where we can take it to.
No, you can't take the cat.
I can't take the cat because my dog will eat it.
Adam probably. Why wouldn't Adam take the cat?
Because where's the cat going to stay the whole the weekend?
I guess. I don't know. Throw it in one of your bedrooms. You got like 17 bedrooms in your mansion, piece of shit.
So, Adam says at the very least I want to get it something to eat. So we're walking around the entertainment district of Toronto looking for somewhere that's open to buy cat food.
Oh, that's so cute.
And
he never told me this story.
We walked so far and then finally found a Shoppers Drug Mart and that was 24 hours, and we bought cat food, went all the way back. The guy made a little tiny bed for this kitten out of like a shoebox and like a pillow or something, and put the cat food in and put it in the corner and hoped that, you know, she went and found it, and he felt good because at least he did something.
Yeah.
And that's my good martyr Adam story, because
poor cat.
Yeah, you know, that's Adam for you. He's our good Samaritan.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't catch it and say, "Show me them teeth."
see me, I would have been like a tired cat. Sorry, dude, you're on your own. But not
I would have had to try to do something for the cat. You know, I probably wouldn't have, like, Adam was probably like, is there any way I can bring this cat home? I don't know if I'd go, well, I mean, I couldn't go that far. My wife is allergic to cat. But,
well, I'll tell you, I made the comment later on. I said, if it was possible for me to bring the cat home, I would have.
Yeah.
But it's just not possible. He looks at me and goes, you would have had to fight me for her. So yeah, so it sucked for us because we knew, because at this point, by the time we're getting out of Toronto, it's 1:00 in the morning.
Yeah,
we had to be back in Toronto at 7:30.
At that point, why don't you just sleep in the car? Just man up.
Well, my dog for one.
Oh, dog, pickle. That's right.
I'm not you would pickle, but I'm not picking some stray cat over my dog. I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
That tiny little. So we finally got home. We should have went straight to bed, but no, we stayed up, ate dinner or some shit. Then we went to bed, and I think it was well after 2:00 by the time we get to bed. We both woke up at 5:30.
Ugh.
Yeah, we were on the road by 6:30. Got back to Toronto, then by 7:30 got our going, and it was time for the summit, which was definitely one of the highlights of the weekend for me. Because not only did I get to meet a ton of cool people, but it was a great show. I purchased the link to the live to the stream of it. So if you want to watch it, you can.
Oh, right on.
You'll enjoy it. It was a great show. But I'm going to go through some of the people I met, but I got to start with the top of the list, the one that rounds off my
number 3.
Oh yeah, I got to meet Jordan Grace, man.
There you go.
And what a sweetheart. I know I'm overusing that word, but she was so cool to me. She within a minute of talking to her, she acted like we were old friends. You know what I mean? And I asked her if I could take a picture for the WrestleMedia webpage, and I go to take a selfie, and she's like, "Hold on, you're doing it wrong. The lighting's no good this way." And she turns around and she goes, "Oh, I didn't like my smile on that one. Let's do it again." And she wanted to make sure we got a good picture. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's good.
That was awesome. I got to meet some other people. I got to meet 2 people that I wish we could get on this show, and I just didn't have the balls to ask them. My balls went up into my throat. But I got to meet Priscilla Kelly.
Oh, right. That'd be great. She'd be perfect fit for the show.
I told her that. Adam himself laughing. I told her, because I asked Adam to take the picture, and as the picture's getting taken, I'm telling her, I said, I run a podcast. I said, we talk about the more controversial side of professional wrestling, and your name has come up more than once. She totally no-sold me. Yeah. But while speaking of I also met Shotzi Blackheart. And another one I would love to get on this show.
Yeah.
But the rest of the girls, man, were amazing. Some of them were just such sweethearts. One girl I hope to see later on when she wrestles in Angus next month, Casey Spinelli.
Oh, she's rad.
Is amazing.
Yeah.
She took on Rosemary for the very first ever Smash Wrestling Women's Championship. Rosemary won the match, but it was anyone's game. It was a great match. They both did awesome. It was my first time seeing Casey live, and words just don't do it. She was awesome. She really was. Who else? So many. You name somebody in women's wrestling today, like in the independent women's wrestling, and they were there at that show.
Dude, so my question is, what was Bull Nakano doing there?
Oh, meet and greet. That was her number one priority, was meet and greet. She was just there signing shit. However, during a match, and I'm really bad with people's names if I wasn't already familiar with them, so I apologize. I don't remember the 2 girls' names. But there was a championship match between 2 women for, I want to believe it was for the Shimmer Championship.
Okay.
Again, I could be wrong. There was 4 different titles being defended that night, so I might get a couple things mixed up. But anyways, the match was fantastic. It was 2 phenomenal girls. The woman who came in defending the championship was this beautiful, sweet little thing that I had met early before the show. She was so sweet, I didn't even know she was a worker. Then she comes out and she is the nastiest heel I have seen all day. I couldn't believe it. Like, she turned right over. Like, that is the mark of a good heel.
What was her name?
I'll hit you later with it because I honestly don't remember. I'm so bad with remembering names. Unless it's someone I'm very familiar with. I like, if I've only seen them live once, I forget.
Don't worry. There's a name I forget later on, so don't worry.
Her opponent, the challenger, I forget her name too, but her nickname was Big Swole.
Okay.
I do remember that. But Big Swole ended up winning this match, and the losing champion said, "F that." She goes, "I'm not losing this title," and she took her title, and she was gonna run away with her title. And then all of a sudden, this music hits. Bull Nakano ends up at comes out at the entranceway, walks down, grabs the girl, takes out a pair of nunchucks, and beats the out of her with nunchucks. And then grabs the title, gets in the ring, gives it to the rightful champion, and holds her arm up. And I'm just
That's cool.
Well, that just made that chick's career.
Oh, really, eh?
You know what I mean? You just got your arm raised by Bull Nakano.
That's huge. Yep, right on.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the highlights of the night. That was very cool. Got to see a very cool match of Melissa. Is it Melissa? Or Melanie? Martinez. Is it Melissa Martinez? Martinez.
Mercedes?
Mercedes. Thank you. Mercedes Martinez versus Jordan Grace.
That'd be a good match.
Was a phenomenal match. Yeah. It really was. Got to see cheerleader Melissa do her thing. She's always great to watch. Yeah, you name somebody, and they were all great women, man. There's not one woman that I met that day where I was like, oh, she was kind of a No, they were all just, I mean, some were, you could kind of tell they're like, all right, this is just what I do. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but you're going to get that regardless of where you go or what you do.
But none of them were rude. None of them were like, they very, very cool people. After years of almost meeting him, I finally met Sebastian Suave. Very cool guy.
Very cool guy.
Very cool guy. Had to leave early because he had some business to attend to. Now we know what the business was.
Yeah.
Mother ends up on Raw.
Spoiler alert, he was on WWE television all weekend. So
he was with Carter Mason, right?
Yes, him and Carter Mason. Well, they were. So he and Carter Mason and there are a few other guys were on Takeover, right? As security guards.
As security guards, apparently so was Stone Rockwell.
Yeah, he was there too.
I didn't notice him in NXT, but I saw him on Raw.
Yeah,
he was in full gimmick on Raw.
Yeah, they worked a match on Raw. Suave and Mason did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's awesome for all those guys.
Indeed.
All those guys.
Yeah.
Not to mention, we'll talk about this later, the guys who got tryouts too. Good for all of you guys.
Oh, absolutely.
The Canadian scene's really looking good right now.
Oh, it's looking great, and I think I really do think that, when NXT Canada or NXT Toronto is in the future. I really, really do. Because I think WWE is seeing it now that we've got a lot of great talent up. Well, I mean, I can't speak for the prairies or whatever, but we have a lot of great talent in Ontario. We have a lot of great talent in the Maritimes. We'll be talking about that in a few minutes. A lot of great talent out west. So I really think that we're going to see an NXT Canada or something along those lines.
Well,
sooner rather than later.
They have been talking about it. There's a lot of rumors going around that Anthony Corelli himself is going to be one of the head trainers for that. And
there's a guy I wish I could meet, Santino Marella. I really wish there was some way that I could meet him. And you know what? I would really enjoy a beer at the same time. I really wish that I could meet Santino Marella and enjoy a custom-made pro wrestling themed beer. Do you have any ideas on like that's a goal I want to achieve, Mike? Do you know how I can do that?
Well, not in August.
Not in August.
Not in September.
Yeah, it's not in September either.
But maybe in October?
Yeah, you think so? Well, I think I have October the 12th. I think I have that free. October.
All right.
12th.
Well, why don't you head down to a little brewery there, Dano?
You mean Spearhead Brewery in Kingston, Ontario?
Why not? Sounds perfect.
But that doesn't mean Santino Marella will be there.
Why not? I would.
That's a good point. Okay, let's drop the facade now. Like, clearly, Chinlock Wrestling is hosting Battle at the Brewery, October 12th, Kingston, Ontario, at the Spearhead Brewery. Santino Marella will be in attendance. He'll be there signing autographs. Might be doing a few other things. I don't know. I've been, tipped off on a couple of things, but we'll see what happens. Also happening at that show is a battle royal to determine the new Cale Murphy Memorial Champion. Jan Murphy, of course, beating CJ Felony for that belt this past Saturday. We'll be talking about that in a little bit. But also happening is that Spearhead Brewery is creating their very own Chinlock Wrestling beer. That's right. Chinlock Wrestling will have its own beer. Very limited production. I think they're making like 150 cans or something like that. Very, very limited. I personally am going to pick up a 6-pack for sure, and I highly suggest you be there to check that out as well. Again, that's October the 12th, Kingston, Ontario, Spearhead Brewing. Check out Chinlock Wrestling on Facebook or chinlockwrestling.ca for more information. I will see you there. You know why I'll see you there, Michael?
Because you're probably booked.
As a matter of fact, I am booked. I can confirm that I am an entrant in the Cale Murphy Memorial Championship Battle Royal. I'm going to kick some ass. I'm going to win that Cale Murphy Memorial title. And if you don't know, Michael, now you know.
I will say congratulations for not jobbing to an inanimate object last week.
Yeah, we'll get there. Okay, yeah. Before we do anything, I think we've given the freeloaders more than enough. We've hyped our
Oh, so they got my weekend for free. They got to pay for Danny's.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You're not even done with your weekend yet. We're only like halfway through Saturday. It's gonna be a long episode. If you're a Patreon subscriber, strap the in, folks, because we ain't done yet.
All right, well, say goodbye to the beautiful people. I refuse to call them freeloaders.
Okay, so now you're making me the heel. Babyface my whole career. Now I'm gonna be a heel, huh?
You haven't been listening to the show lately. I've been talking so much about you.
Yeah, well, that sounds about right. Okay, well, fine then. I'm stealing your gimmick then. Freeloaders, hugs, kisses, and come see Santino Marella on October 12th. Love you. Bye.
This has been a presentation of WrestleMedia, where everything is wrestling and wrestling is everything.